gentle on your words and what you say, because other people can hear and read it. So we want to be nice to each other. And I'm just glad people are joining in. We'll give them a few minutes longer to join in. I know it was last minute, short notice that Pajama Granny was going to go live, but the day was working out, and it's like I haven't done a live for a long time. I need to get back with it. So why not start now? Don't put it off till for another day, and then that day doesn't come. So glad you're here. And thank you for joining us. Do you have any questions for Pajama Granny? How are you doing on your fit moves? What do you think about my January ab only workouts or fit moves? Yeah, you're working out. I know. But if we get in our mind that it's a fit move and a fuel, the F's going on, that maybe you'll stay with it. And not sure if you're one of those that does the New Year's resolutions, and I believe it. I've seen it said that usually by the third Friday of January, people are no longer staying with what they wanted to. Are you one of those? I don't make them anymore. Uh, I go day to day. There's lots of things that I need to do and stay with, and getting fit and fueled is one of them. So hopefully you are staying that way also and learning what your body needs, and not worrying about it. Do you worry? How do you let yourself get through that worrying phase? And worry can be fearful. I think is a worrying movement that we do, and of course, not trusting can make you worry. And are you relying on God to get you through that worrying phase? And of course, Matthew 6:25 to 34 is a good verses on worrying. Looks like we have Amigo, we have Mason. Thanks for being here, talking about getting fit and fueled with Pajama Granny, and talking about how not to worry, not only about getting fit and fueled, and we have Michael, we have Brett. Just when I so yeah. So how are you getting through your fit and fuel day to day life with Pajama Granny and not worrying about it? Of course, reading our Bible, reading scriptures. Matthew, like I said, was a good one. There's lots of places in the Bible where we can read about being anxious and fearful and afraid and trust. And we need to lean on God for taking away that worry, and lean on each other. We can pray for each other, and uh, that will be very helpful. God hears our prayers wherever we are in our state of life. And I find that the older I get, the less worrying I do. And I don't know for the rest of you. Let me know how does that work for you? When I was a lot younger, yes, everything was a worry. You know, uh, clothes I wore, the food I ate, where I went, you know, what I drank. And it's just like, now it doesn't matter to me, you know. I'm sure in my mind I will start getting worried about something, but I just kind of let it go and just keep reading my Bible and letting God take away that worrying. And so, how are some of you getting through your worry, even though it's January and you're starting out with your new fit and fueled routine? And don't want to get discouraged with it. You want to keep it going. And pajamagranny@gmail.com. We can discuss what your fuel plan is, your meal plan, and if you're doing the fit moves that I'm putting out there, are there some other fit moves that you have found that work for you? Share if you'd like, and we'll put them out there. And I'm just glad that I have a YouTube channel. It's going on 2 years in April. And just a shout out to all of you who are making it possible. My members who are financially supporting the channel, I appreciate all of you. And just a shout out to everybody. Pajama Granny gets new pajamas with her members. So thank you. Yes, I'm in Christmas pajamas. It's Christmas year round for me. So I got a new pair and I'm just going to wear them out till next year. So anybody else have anything about worrying that they can mention on live channel? You know, because God says life is more than food and the body more than clothing. So no, he doesn't want us to run around without any clothing, without any food, but we shouldn't worry about that. He takes care of the birds, and if he can do that, he can take care of us if we just ask him. So I appreciate all of you being here and helping out this live in this channel. And you can also refer to Philippians 4:6-7. That has some passages about being anxious. 1 Peter 5:6-7. John 14 to 20, John 14 verse 27. 2 Timothy 1, verse 1. Chapter 2 Timothy 1:7, and Psalms 55:22. Hebrews 13:6 is about fear. Joshua 1:9 is about being afraid. Matthew, we talked about that, Matthew 34, but for me, Matthew is 6, 25 through 34, not just 6, 34. And then Proverbs 3:5-6 is about trust. So all of those verses can help us with our worrying. So make sure you check those out. If you need me to say them again, just shoot me an email and I'll get those to you. And, you know, God says don't be anxious about anything. Worrying accomplishes nothing. Worry is not good for you. And that one I do know. Worrying is one of those ones that can affect your health, major health. I'm sure some of you have been there also. But that's how our body works, you know, and I guess maybe that's one way that God made our body that way. If we worry, we're gonna get sick or a disease or something, and he's telling us to stop focusing on that worrying and focus on him. So I do know that is helpful, not to worry. Worry is the opposite of trust in God. So we don't want to have that in our life. And worry puts your focus in the wrong direction. How true is that? Boy, if you're worrying, you're thinking about that worry topic and you're not thinking about God and focusing on God for that help to get you through what you're going through. And I know it's hard, especially if you're alone. Uh, However, we always want to say we're never alone. We always have God. And we need human touch too, and human contact, and to help us through that worrying time. And, make sure you seek out a good church. Make sure your friends are true to you. Uh, and, you know, you have to trust your friends too before you can reach out to ask them for help. So make sure it's somebody that you can rely on and trust. And I'm getting the sun. So if you're not a Christian, make sure you reach out to your local church and make sure your pastor there is a Bible reading pastor. If you bring your Bible to church and they're not reading from the Bible, you might want to double check on that church. So there's plenty out there. They should be welcoming to you newcomers. And I know every church I've been to, luckily, I've been welcomed in. And I make sure that the pastor is reading from the Word and not confused. And you want to seek God. We all need God. He is number one and will help us not only get through worrying, but anything that we're going through. And I know He's been a huge part of my journey with the weight, the inches, the food. If it wasn't for Him, I know that I wouldn't have gone this far. And I rely on Him for that strength every day to get up and do those fit moves, to get my shake going. And you can too. And we try to, and not try, but we do strongly work on encouraging women to stay focused on it and to rely on the Word and to read the Word and follow it. And it's a great help. And to have a community of women that you can email or pick up the phone and call if you're having a rough day with worrying about, oh, I ate pizza last night and what am I going to do today? Well, guess what? You're going to get up and start your day the right way with how you know how to do the proper fuel, and you're not going to worry about that pizza that you had last night, and you're just going to move on with your day. And it's going to be great. It's one meal, like I say, one meal at a time. And that gets you through the day. And hopefully you're planning your meals. That helps too. Not for all of us, but some of us like to plan ahead. And if you have the meals prepped and you're ready to go, it's so much easier to walk to that refrigerator or that cupboard, and there it is right there, and you're ready to prep or ready to just cook that food and enjoy it. And you don't have to worry about thinking about it. It's already done. You've already planned it. And I know we're so busy in life, being moms and grandmas and employers and wives and sisters and aunts, and we have a lot of titles, but that's okay. As a group, as a community, stay together, stick together. we can find that family in our group and become one and enjoy each other and just struggle through this together. Because yes, being overweight and not eating properly is a struggle, and most of us go through it. And a lot of people, I believe, don't or can't, for some reason, admit that they have a problem. And it's okay, because I would rather have them on my site. On the roller coaster ride, if I was eating right, I wasn't exercising. If I was exercising, I wasn't eating right. I just couldn't get my mind wrapped around the same thing. And of course, worried about it. And got older and matured. And it's like, it's not the size I am, it's how I feel. And not feeling on the outside of how I'm looking on the inside. I feel so much better in my gut, and the energy that I'm getting back by dropping that weight. And I know, for years doctors would tell me, you gotta lose weight, you gotta lose weight, you're overweight, you're overweight. Well, I don't believe that those scales and those statistics that they put out there, I don't know really how true they are. And because I believe every body is different, and I might be 200 pounds and I might not be overweight because I am eating the right foods and exercising. Is just, that's the size my body's going to be. And you just have to know in your mind that you're doing the right thing. And yes, if you're being told you're overweight and you're eating improperly and not getting fit moves on every day, then you may want to think about it. But the weight range that they have us in, I would be very careful. Now remember, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not a dietitian, so it's just a granny talking here, that their charts to me are kind of like generalized. And I guess I understand that's what they are. But I don't think our healthcare looks at us as individuals. And that's where we need to come into play and look at it ourselves as an individual. And where do you want to be on that chart? And how do you feel on the inside about being on that chart? And kind of push the charts away from worrying about them and worry about actually how you feel in your gut, because that's where it's going to tell us that how you're feeling. And I never would have thought that until I've gone through it, that if your gut isn't good to you, then you're not being good to your gut, and that's where we need to be. So I don't see any other questions about worrying, where to find scriptures. And I just, again, shout out, Pajama Granny will go live more often and give more warning and more notice. It was just off the cuff today that I decided to take the time and just wish everyone a happy new year, and wanted everybody to know that worrying is not going to get us through this fit and fueled journey that we're on together. And if you are a worrier, let's work together and get that changed. And you can do this. You can do this with Pajama Granny and all of us ladies on this community. We've got this every day up. Before you leave that bed, 2 minutes, you can do it. I know you can. And then the fun part about it is, for me anyways, is that throughout the day, making coffee, do your squats, and brushing your teeth, do squats. Of course, be safe. I'm not telling you to, put that toothbrush down your throat when you're doing squats, but just, figure out the moves that you can do throughout the day, and you'll be surprised when you go to bed at night. It's like, wow, I did 20 minutes of a fit move throughout the day today that my body wouldn't have gotten otherwise, because I didn't know I didn't have to go to the gym or get on the bike or the treadmill or any of that stuff. So thank you everyone for being here. I am just blessed to have all of you, grateful, and again, I just can't thank you enough for being here. So I don't see any other more questions about worrying, so let's get off of this and get on to something like a fit move. So as you can see, I'm in the car out doing errands, and I'm going to grab the steering wheel. Of course, I'm parked and the car is off, but I can grab my steering wheel in any parking lot, and my hands up here. Your hands can be down here, your hands can be down low. You're gonna feel a fit move because you're holding on to that steering wheel for dear life. And you're gonna feel your triceps, your biceps. And of course, we always hold our belly in and squeeze our glutes. So we're getting all that extra move on, but you're elongating these arm muscles. So your hands are up here, down here, down here. You can even put them like this, like you're doing a curl move, and you're just holding the steering wheel with your hands in a curl motion, and you're just holding it. You hold and for 2 minutes, and you're getting a fit, and your body is enjoying it because you're not really straining it like you would in a gym. But man, just elongating those muscles, it really helps. I'm telling you, it really helps. Okay, ladies, thanks for being here. And even if you're not a lady, thanks for being here. Hopefully you're sharing this with your spouse or your sister or somebody that needs that fit and fuel encouragement. This is a place to be. Pajamagranny@gmail.com. Thanks for being here. See you next time.